Hi everyone, this is Coach Lana checking in, and today I am sharing with you day 9 of 31. We're going to talk about whole grains and sprouted grains today. So I have some notes because I want to make sure I stay on track. I tend to like to talk, and this is actually a topic I could talk on for a long time, and I really want this video to be less than 5 minutes long. So first I want to thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please take this as a grain of salt. This is just a learning process for yourself. So if you want to apply it for one day, a week, the rest of your life, it's really up to you. Just take it as something that you can learn from. I am barely touching the top, I'm barely scratching the surface of this topic. Please Google it and learn more information. I'm only going to get into some of the details that you're going to want to dig deeper on. Okay, first, what are whole grains? Whole grains means it contains the whole grain. So we've got bran, germ, and endosperm. The whole thing is in there. That's included in the whole grain. And why would you want to eat them? Seriously, I'm going to give you a list. I'm going to look at my list, but there's way more than just this. First, let's just think you decrease body fat. Whole grains are known. Now, the things I'm going to give you right now have scientific links in a website that I use to help research this, and I'll give you that at the end. They help to decrease body fat, which helps also for you to decrease your weight. Great, we want to lose weight. It may aid in the prevention of celiac disease, especially in people who are prone to it, aid in heart health, lower cholesterol, lower the risk of hypertension, controls your blood sugar. So let's think about the blood glycogen and glucose. So helping you control diabetes, possibly not even become diabetic, lowers the risk of stroke, and reduces the risk of colon cancer and other cancers. Wow! So I really should be eating this, right? Okay, sprouted grains, we'll get back to where to find whole grains in a second. But sprouted grains are just like whole grains, except if you think of a grain as a little seed, because that's basically what it is. When it just barely starts to grow, it's sprouting. And when they stop that process, they stop giving it the humidity, it's a sprouted grain. Now, when it's doing this process, sprouted grains actually create a lot more vitamins are released and a lot more bioavailable to us. So it makes it easier for us to digest. So a lot of times people who have allergies to certain grains can actually eat sprouted grains. But please consult your physician before you start making that adventure, right? Okay, so let's think about sprouted grains. What are some things you can get from sprouted grains? Okay, more B vitamins, C, folate, fiber, essential amino acids, which is really good, especially if you're vegan. And let's see, blah, 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 blah. I already talked about allergies, so we'll come back to that. Okay, here are some of the things. Sprouted grains, same thing as whole grains. Okay, they found that sprouted brown rice fights diabetes. Sprouted buckwheat protects against fatty liver disease. Cardiovascular risk is reduced by sprouted brown rice. Sprouted brown rice also decreases depression and fatigue in nursing mothers. That is a huge deal. I have not had any children yet, hoping, but postpartum depression, sprouted brown rice. Maybe. Decreases blood pressure, linked, sprouted barley, sprouted barley helps to reduce the chances of depression. So, let's think here. When you want to add these to your diet, things can be deceiving. So you really need to read labels. It used to be that you grab wheat bread and you would think that I am doing something good for my body. But in effect, if you're not reading the label, you could just be eating white bread. Because wheat flour is basically just as good as the white flour. So what you need to do is read the label and look. The first ingredient should be whole grain. So whole wheat or sprouted whole wheat, sprouted, whole brown rice. You want to look for those things in the titles. Make sure you check your ingredients labels. And honestly, if you're eating something, it shouldn't have too many ingredients in it. More ingredients that you see on there, the worse, if they're chemicals. Okay, if you have a lot of ingredients in there that are all sprouted this, sprouted that, organic this, organic that, non-GMO this, non-GMO that, then you're just like, ooh, I'm getting lots of stuff in one thing. So it's very exciting. I love this topic mainly because I pretty much forced my mother-in-law to eat oatmeal, and her cholesterol's gone down. So I'm very excited about that. So it's very nice when your family actually listens to something you say. So anyway, I want to thank you very, very, very much for listening to this video, and check the information below. So I went to wholegrainscouncil.org, wholegrainscouncil.org, and some other sites. But wholegrainscouncil.org has so much really cool information. When they give you why whole grains are good for you, there's actually links to studies. So you can read all these studies. So if you're that dig deeper type of person, here you go. All for you. Well, thank you so much. This is Coach Lana, and I'm out of here.